How's it going? We're back for another episode of our FIFA 20 career mode today, here with Salford City, as we start this episode off by going into a training session, and then also seeing Ryan Tulloch is also saying he's been in good form lately and he hopes that we ain't going to bench him for the next game, which at the end of the day I don't really think he's been playing that well personally, but at the end of the day he's saying that I decided to say that we've got bigger games ahead. But we do go into this game against Plymouth with that man Ryan Tulloch on the bench. I think for this game I set him out as we see here, we are still at the top of the table after 3 games, 2 wins, 1 draw, and Plymouth currently sat in off a 6th or 7th position. To be fair, that ain't bad either, to be honest, but we are obviously killing it at the top of the league at the moment. 7 points from 9 from the first 3 games and not lost the game yet, so that's a good start to the season. I hope we can carry it on for as long as possible. But as you see here, the team's lining up, shaking each other's hands and obviously getting themselves amped up a little bit for this game, as we see Plymouth's starting 11. A couple of lads in there that I actually know, like Telford, Sarcevic, I think his name is as well, and a couple of other lads in there that I also know. And then we come forward and see our starting 11, which hasn't really changed, to be honest. Luke Armstrong is still in the side, obviously. We've given him a game, shall I say, for this one. Not still in the side because he hasn't really played as of yet, but now he's back in the side, and Towell charges forward for our first attack of the game. It's Towell who then lays it off to Rooney, who finds that man that I was just on about, Luke Armstrong. He cuts inside, takes the shot and whips the ball into that far corner in the 12th minute to make it 1-0 against Plymouth Argyle. And the man, like I say, he hasn't really played so far this season. He played, I think, a little bit in the pre-season tournament, but as of yet in the league he hasn't really played. And he comes in, starts this game and bangs a shot like that into the back of the net, and I ain't complaining at all at that. It wasn't the best of finishes, to be honest, because it was quite a slow finish. It seemed to take a while when I was playing it for it to actually end up in the back of the net. It was like he didn't hit it with a lot of power or anything like that, but at the end of the day it went in the back of the net, and that's all I can say about that. I'm very happy that it's ended up in the back of the net, and that is his first goal of the season, so well done, and hopefully he can carry that kind of form on. As we get into their first attack of the game that we're actually showing here, it's Telford who breaks down this right hand side, and we manage to block it off here with Whitehead. They do manage to get a throw-in out of it, obviously. We try and win the ball back. I don't know why Whitehead actually dived out of the way of the ball pretty much there, but it does land at Edwards' feet. He takes it past his man, takes the shot, and a perfectly brilliant save there from Neil to make sure that we're still in the lead in this one. It was a very good effort. It was a better effort than Armstrong's, and that ended up in the back of the net. So you can't understand how relieved I was after this one didn't end up in the back of the net. A very good save on the stretch there from Neil. But they do come forward on the attack, really trying to get themselves back into this game, obviously after going 1-0 down. This is only 20 minutes in and they're really starting to push the pressure on here. Sarcevic, the man that I was on about, gives it to Grant, and again a very good save from Neil. Keeps us in the lead, and obviously this one was at his near post, so he should be saving it anyway, but it was still a decent save from the lad, and he turns it behind, wide of the post. Again, this man has been very good in this season so far. I've been very, very happy with him. I think there's 1 or 2 games where I've not been totally convinced, but best of yet, we have enjoyed using him so far, to be fair. And then they do get a corner out of this. They manage to work the ball forward. They take a shot, and Sarcevic manages to hit the inside of the post there, and luckily for us it bounces away. As Torre breaks forward from that attack, we try and come forward with a bit of pace and precision. It's Torre who takes it past. He gets into the box, takes the shot, but the keeper does in fact make the save, and it ends up coming to nothing as Argyle again get another corner here as they whip the ball in. It's a decent save, and there Oh, that could have been a big problem. If that had ended up in the back of the net, I don't think I would have even been pissed off, to be honest. If that had gone in the back of the net, it was well played. Very good foresight there from your boy, as Neil again saving our asses and making sure that we are still in the lead. But going into the 37th minute, we do come forward once again. Luke Armstrong gives it off to Rooney. It was back to the man who finds Towell on the outside. And what a finish that is from your boy, Richie Towell. He has been our star man so far this season. Obviously, he was our captain. I think he was anyway. If not, he should be. And he finds the back of the net with a perfectly placed finish into that top corner. A perfect mixture of precision and power there from your boy to find the back of the net. That is a pinpoint accurate finish as we go 2-0 in the lead just before half time. Very well done to the boys. And like I say, he has been banging it so far this season. 39 minutes it's totaling that. And he's got 2 goals so far this season. For a centre mid, I'd say that's a decent turnout, to be honest. As we do come forward once again, and again it is Towell on the ball. He tries to find his man. He finds Rooney and he carries on making his run round the outside. He cuts inside, tries to take the shot, and luckily for them, he just gets put off, I think, there as he takes the shot, and it whips straight into the keeper's arms. And it doesn't really amount to much, but just after half time, McFadden comes forward for Argyle, and Telford manages to get on that ball again, but again he gets blocked off and wins another throw-in for him as they try and take the throw-in quickly. There's no one there. They try and play it over the top and it doesn't work at all, and I don't know what I was doing there, to be honest. I think I just had a lapse in concentration, and it gave them another chance to come forward with Edwards playing it to McFadden, into Taylor, who finds Savic, and again Telford, and they is a perfectly placed tackle, but we nearly completely capitulate at making that brilliant interception and give them the ball back. But luckily Neil is there for our rescue. As we do come forward straight from that attack, Rooney comes forward, takes the shot, but the keeper makes a very good save. We still have a chance though, as we manage to somehow intercept that pass, but Luke Armstrong gets the ball taken off of him at that chance of asking, and nothing amounts to that chance. But again, we are attacking well, and we come forward again, and it's that man again, Luke Armstrong, who finds the back of the net to make it 3-0. And what a first start of the season this man is having, obviously, in the league. I'm going to add that there. Because how can you have this little game time, yet be able to smash goals in like this, and be such a low overall as well? He seems to be one of them lads that are just, they're not very high overall, but as soon as they get the chance, they're finishing it off. And he's done it twice in this game now, and they've not been particularly good finishes, I wouldn't say. They're not particularly well placed finishes. Well, I'd say the first one was quite well placed. It was just not very powerful. But this one was not well placed and it wasn't powerful. So at the end of the day, he's getting the luck he needs. And we do, in fact, win that game 3-0. So well done to the boys for that. And especially Luke Armstrong, to be fair. He played very well. Very well indeed, to be fair. I was very happy with the way he manages to compose himself to take them 2 finishes. Obviously, I've just ripped the shreds out of both of them. But at the end of the day, he's putting them in the back of the net, and that is all I ask. As long as he's putting the ball in the back of the net, I can't ask for much more, can I, really? If he's scoring, there's no complaints from me. And he's done exactly that. And as he rightly so gets a mention in the press conference after the game, saying how well he plays. And I said he does deserve all the praise for this game, to be fair, because he did play very, very well. And we try and act like that calm, nice manager that we are, as we say that they deserve more from the game. I wouldn't really say they did, but at the end of the day, that's how I am. I don't like to rip the shreds out of other teams because it's just not nice. That's just me. Even if it's only a game, I still can't do it. But thank you, as you see here. Saying thank you for the questions as we go into the second and final game of today's episode against Carlisle United, straight up the other end of the I will get there, of the country, pretty much in Scotland at this point, just outside. Well, technically we're at home for this game, but they've had to come a long way. And I'm not sure where Plymouth are. I'm not sure if they're near Wales or something like that, but I could be completely wrong about that, and I'm sorry if I am. But it's basically one end of the country to the other for this game, from what I know too. And we are hopefully trying to carry on that same form into this game, even though we are in a different arena and stuff like that. Obviously at home for this game, hopefully put in a bit of a better performance. Because I don't know if it shows in the games, but I seem to play a lot better away than I do at home. I have a better away record than I do at home, which is just completely... I don't understand why I do it, but it is how it is. And we do manage to get Armstrong back into this side. We've put Bogle up with him this time instead of Rooney. And at the end of the day, he scored 2 goals in the last game. I couldn't exactly take that away from him, as Carlisle have the first chance of the game, and they very nearly take that lead as they knock the ball over Neil after he makes a bit of a shabby clearance, shall I say. But Bogle is there behind the man, pretty much on the line, to get the ball clear with a header. But it wasn't clear enough, as they do still have the ball, still trying to come forward, still trying to pose a threat, as Olamola manages to take the ball past his man with a I'm going to say it was lucky dribbling there, to be honest, because it wasn't very good at all. And we managed to make the save. But again, we're still in this clip. We're still going, and they are still on the attack. In the 19th minute, they come forward, take the shot. But again, it is Neil who manages to save our arse. And we now try and come forward on an attack of our own. Still in the same clip, which is absolutely nuts. And Towell is giving the ball off to Peter Jarner. We're still trying to come forward. We're still trying to attack after they've had a large percentage of possession in these last couple of minutes. As Armstrong slides through that man, Richie Towell, who you know he's going to score when he gets on the end of them in these past few games. As he bags his 4th goal, is that his 3rd or his 4th goal of the season? We'll see in a minute. As this time the goal scorer turns provider, Luke Armstrong finds Richie Towell to make it 1-0. And like I say, after such a large amount of possession that they had, and a few chances as well in that bit of possession that they had just then, we got very lucky, I'd say, to manage to get something out of that, just to get away from that lethal ongoing attack, that we managed to counter-attack them at some point and actually get a goal. So very well done to the boys for doing that. And it was a very hard-fought goal, to be fair. It wasn't given to us. We had to fight for it, and we managed to get it. And we do try and come forward again to try and extend our lead, as we definitely needed it, to be honest, because Carlisle did look dangerous when they were coming forward. So we were trying to get the ball out here, as Towell gives the ball away, manages to intercept the pass back. It was basically neither team wanted to keep the ball at this point, as Bogle turns it off. It's Towell again in the box, and you know the outcome. It's that man again. It's Towell to make it 2-0 in this game, and his 3rd goal of the episode, and it is either 4th or 5th goal of the season, which is absolutely insane for a centre midfielder. Obviously, I know we're in League 2 and he's a 69 rated overall or whatever like that, but at the end of the day, if you're scoring goals like this, it doesn't matter if you're a 60 overall midfielder or a 70 overall midfielder. If you're scoring this many goals from midfield, mate, you're doing something right, and it was his 4th goal of the season. I was right in one of the 2 guesses I had, so basically I wasn't ever going to be wrong there, was I? But you know, each to their own, as we do come forward again, trying to put the pressure on Carlisle, really trying to get ourselves back into the well, not even back into the lead, on an even more commanding lead. And Luke Armstrong there pretty much threw on goal. He had one man to the side of him, held him off, took the shot, and what a shit shot it was. That's all I'm going to say about that, because that sort of proves what I was on about in the last game, doesn't it? But Ryan Tulloch tries to get through, as he was on about. He was in good form, and he manages to get a shot off there, but doesn't manage to stick it in the back of the net, which ain't really proving his point. So, what can I say about that, to be honest? Because it's been quite a disappointing signing so far this season, I'd say, because he really should be doing a hell of a lot better, I'd say. But, you know, each to their own, like I say. And again, he has another chance there. And again, it gets put wide of the post. And if you're going to try and prove to me that you actually have the ability to be making it into this side, and I know he's probably quite a high overall potential player, but if he's not scoring goals in League 2 at the amount of chances he's going to be having, that's a problem. And we really need to iron out those creases. But as you see, we do win it 2-0. Very well done to the boys, and a very good episode from the boys as well, to be fair. I was very happy with the way that we played. But that is the end of today's episode. If you have enjoyed, please do leave a like, subscribe if you are new. I'll catch you boys in the next one.